You're watching the Sega Driven YouTube channel, and it's back to our Sonic Amateur Games Expo 2023 coverage. In this video we're taking a look at Sonic McOrigins Plus, developed by Difegue. Now, anybody who knows me could probably see that this video was coming a mile off. I've been meaning to cover these on the channel for so long, but unfortunately I haven't had a great way because as much as I own a lot of the actual original LCD games featured in this title, they've all run out of battery, and actually changing the batteries is incredibly hard work, and I found that it often just sort of broke the battery compartment instead of doing anything beneficial, unfortunately. So the fact that this exists is a really, really cool little thing, because it allows me to finally feature these games on the channel. And we can talk a little bit about, McDonald's Happy Meals. So, Sonic McOrigins Plus is it's a digital preservation project, essentially. We've now got every single Sonic LCD, every Sega LCD handheld that was produced for a McDonald's Happy Meal between 2003 and 2005, completely archived and digitally preserved within a lovely little bit of software that emulates every single game, really accurately as well. It's quite impressive, actually. So every single one of the McDonald's Sega Happy Meal toys is featured in here, completely rebuilt and working as it should. You can play them with keyboard controls, you can play them with the mouse, interacting with the actual on-screen LCD toy, which is really cool. You've got full scans of the instructions that were included in with the Happy Meal toy in the little plastic bag that they were sealed in. Not all of them are there. They are still trying to source a lot of those scans. So if you can help, there is a way to do that. Obviously, visit the game entry on the Sonic Fan Games HQ forum and get in contact with the developer. I'm sure they would very much appreciate that being added to the project to make it more complete. But yeah, this is an incredible development. I'm really, really impressed with this. Obviously, all of these titles are now digitally preserved. And as far as I'm concerned, regardless of the quality of the titles, because they're very simplistic, all game development work deserves to be preserved, and this has done that. So that's fantastic. Now, like I say, the actual games themselves are incredibly simplistic. They're very repetitive, and there's not an awful lot to do in them. You will get bored of them very quickly. But that's besides the point. This is digital preservation work, very important work that has now been made available to everybody to enjoy these titles and just have a little muck around with them. I managed to capture about half an hour's worth of capture, which is an awful lot of video for something so simplistic as these LCD titles. Oftentimes the games themselves are very much just sort of like there's 3 lanes and you have to either catch the object or avoid the object by moving left and right. There is some variation to some of the gameplay mechanics. There are some where you're just basically jumping over obstacles. There are others where you do actually have to use a fire button and move to sort of hit objects back at the other player. There is a little bit more here than expected. And the sound between the different machines does change. The Billy Hatcher one in particular does actually feature a little jingle from music, featuring music from the game itself. So that was a really nice little touch, which I wasn't expecting. What I also like what the developer has done is any of the titles that were featured in the Pakistani McDonald's Happy Meals advert that is infamous if you are a Sonic fan online. Every time you select one of those titles, it does play a little bit of the advert that announces what the name of the game is. So that's a little bit of fun. I was very impressed by that. But yeah, it's very feature rich. Like you've got full scans of the actual toys themselves, both the front and the back. If they've got an opening and closing compartment, they also give you views of them opened and closed. It's really cool. You can pause the game if you want. You can completely stop the gameplay action. It's really feature rich. Every single game is featured, completely recreated, digitally preserved, with as many features and functions that you could possibly want from games this simplistic. Yeah, incredible stuff. Like, honestly, I'm genuinely very impressed that this now exists. And has allowed me to showcase these LCD games on the channel now. So this will be featured in my Sega LCD games playlist alongside the usual Sage and fan game coverage. playlists on the channel. So yeah, go and check that out. We've got a lot of Sega LCD games that I've covered for the channel in separate videos. Not just obviously these McDonald's ones, which I've not been able to cover before, but yeah, lots of the Tiger Electronic stuff as well. But yeah, incredible work here. I would definitely recommend go and checking this out if you are interested, because yeah, it's incredibly feature rich. You can also play this on Windows, Mac, Android and Linux. It's been ported to all of those operating systems, which is amazing. So yeah, if you actually want to play this on a mobile device that is that supports Android, you can do that. That's incredible. You can play it the way it is intended to be played. So yeah, really cool stuff this. Highly recommended. Just incredible preservation work from the community here. But yeah, it's not going to be for everybody because the games are so simplistic. But honestly, just love that this exists. I love that this is out there. And yeah, these games have now been preserved.
Shadow Basketball!